Hello everybody, Doc Jane Ruder here, Doctor of Physical Therapy and your foreign educated physical therapist guide to US application. So I hope you guys are doing great. I've been doing the complimentary call with foreign educated physical therapists, a 20 to 30 minute call that I do with them in order for me to get to know them. Where are they in the process, and how can I assist them? How can I serve them in order for their journey to be a little bit lighter, less burdensome. I cannot speak. Anyway, so on one of my calls, one of my consultation, I was consulting with a foreign educated physical therapist, and she has a DPT degree. She's still in the Philippines, and she is needing an employer. So her question was, I have a DPT degree. Do I really need TOEFL? Test of English as foreign language. So I know that she's not the only one asking that question, because a lot of people are very confused about the step-by-step process and what are the requirements. I always say that applying to the US as a foreign educated physical therapist is bloody, it's brutal, especially if you do not know what you're doing, and no one is guiding you through the process. So to answer that question, if you have a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree, and you are still in your own country, you do not have a working visa, you're not an American citizen, you don't have an immigrant visa, you need TOEFL, Test of English as Foreign Language. Per FCCPT, these are the TOEFL exceptions. For the state of California, effective January 1, 2018, the applicants who have been awarded a bachelor or higher degree in physical therapy who graduated from Australia, any part of Canada except Quebec, Ireland, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, or United States, these are exempted from TOEFL. So it says there, all graduates whose first degree in PT was not completed in the US and who do not meet the above exemption must take TOEFL exam if seeking licensure in California. Then federal regulation, so in general, other than California, federal regulation lists the following exceptions to requirement to take TOEFL exam if you have been awarded your PT degree from US, United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada except Quebec, or if you graduate of a CAPT accredited physical therapist education program. Schools outside the US are not CAPT accredited. So if these exceptions applies, your school must submit an official transcript showing that the degree was awarded and the date of the conferral. Waiver requirement. FCCPT cannot waive TOEFL requirement on your file until the official transcript has been received as above. But you would tell me, for example, oh, my state said I don't need TOEFL. I was able to take an exam and pass the exam, and I didn't need TOEFL. The state didn't require me to take TOEFL. How come you're saying that I need to take TOEFL? So it's not all states require TOEFL before you take the npte or National Physical Therapy examination. Some states may require you to take TOEFL before your npte. So each state is different, but one thing is for sure, if you do not have any visa and you need an employer to petition you with working or immigrant visa, the immigration, the USCIS, the immigration requires healthcare worker certificate. Healthcare worker certificate is needed in order for your employer to petition you with either working or immigrant visa. Healthcare worker certificate dictates that you have at least a master's degree, because it uses the coursework tool number 6 And according to coursework tool number 6, the equivalent degree is master's degree, okay? That is the acceptable minimum requirement right now under healthcare worker certificate. And healthcare worker certificate dictates that you should pass TOEFL, okay? So again, this is for foreign educated physical therapists who has no visa at all, okay? Even if you have tourist visa, it doesn't count. If you don't have a working or immigrant visa, you need to comply with the healthcare worker certificate requirement. It will supersede the requirement of the state. So even if the state says, oh, it's okay for you to apply to my state, take the exam, pass the exam, your license, here's your license, but they didn't say, you know, whether you're here in the US or you're abroad or, you know, out of the US. If you are outside the US without a visa, needing a visa, you need a healthcare worker certificate, okay? But, so if, at the other side of the coin, for example, you are an immigrant or you are a US citizen and you took your education from outside the country, abroad, from outside the US, you do not need a healthcare worker certificate, okay? Whether you need TOEFL or not depends on the state that you applied for, okay? So, you know, you can always call the state, you can always confirm with the state, hey, for example, I am an immigrant, I took my, my PT education, for example, from the Philippines. I don't need a healthcare worker certificate. Do I really need to take TOEFL? Okay, so you know, you can reason out with the state. If there's some states will, if they find out that the form of education is in English, okay, they might just waive the TOEFL requirement. Given, you know, they might ask you to submit like a document that the form of education was in English, okay? So some states might say you still need to pass TOEFL because you studied abroad. So it's a case per case basis. If you already have a an immigrant visa or you're a US citizen, and you do not need a healthcare worker certificate because you are free to come in to the US without needing an employer to file for you for a working or immigrant visa, your case is totally different. Whether you need TOEFL or not, if you have DPT degree, and whether you need TOEFL or not depends on the state requirement. So if you haven't downloaded yet, I have a free ebook. It's the master list of 50 states. So I took time to really compile the website. So under the website, you highlight it, copy it, and paste it to the search bar, and that will take you to the Board of Physical Therapy of that state. Okay, so I have 50 states there. There are notes there about the passing score for TOEFL per state, whether they require SSN, Social Security number, before you can apply, or do they do a background checking, fingerprinting, and other important notes. Okay, so the link is down below. Okay, so guys, you have to understand. Okay, I've been through the process. Okay, it took me 9 long years before I was able to get here to the US. I lived through it, the ups and the downs, the struggles and frustration. The one thing is true is that if you do not know what you're doing, you are gonna end up with a lot of misery, a lot of frustration, a lot of struggles. You will commit mistakes, and that will cost you a lot of money, and you will some of the documents might expire, and you need to renew it, or you need to test again. Okay, so that will also cause delay. Okay, and if you have watched my other video, if you are not practicing here in the US, you're losing about minimum, very minimum, 2 to 3 million a year, pesos a year, by not working here in the US. Okay, so the truth of the matter is you must know what you're doing in order for you to be successful at what you want to accomplish, okay? So that's why I created the USPT Turbocharge masterclass, okay? So that masterclass alone, you will learn tons of information, the do's and the don'ts, the yes and the no's, okay? The requirements, the step-by-step procedure. For those of you who do not know anything at all with application, I explain what is credentialing, what is healthcare worker certificate, who needs healthcare worker certificate, do you need a DPT, do you need a master's degree, is it easy to come here to the US with a tourist visa and find an employer? You know, I have myth busters there that, you know, some students say that's their favorite part because I clarify the misinformation that most foreign educated physical therapists believe, and that is like a stumbling block for them to proceed with their US application. It's an obstacle for them, okay? And so the students who attended the master class have a complete clarity of what are needed, what are the requirements, what are the step-by-step process needed in order for them to be successful with their US application, okay? So I highly recommend that you enroll at the Turbocharge, USPT Turbocharge on demand. The link is down below as well, okay? So after the Turbocharge, after you take the master class and you still have questions, email me. I will be more than happy to answer your question. I will be more than happy to sit with you for 20-30 minutes to clarify anything that you did not understand with the Turbocharge. So my goal is to really serve you guys to the best, you know, the excellent way. So get the Turbocharge masterclass. Any question you have, you email me. If you really want to have a complete clarity more that you know that you did not get from the master class, then we can schedule a Zoom call, okay, anywhere you are in the world, okay? So if for example you just really want to touch base with me and get my input, get my recommendation depending on your specific situation, I give a complimentary call of 20-30 minutes. Okay, so just email me at justuprightllc@gmail.com. Let's talk so that we will be able to clarify your mind, pursue your American dream without confusion, frustration, and delays. Okay, so I hope guys that today's topic is informative. It gives you some valuable information that, you know, gives clarity to some of the confusion that you may have pursuing your American dream to become USPT. Okay, so until the next video guys, thank you so much for watching. Please share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video to fellow foreign educated physical therapists. Thank you so much for watching and stay blessed.